good, everybody? My name is Daquan, and this is my 2012 G37 Sedan. I've had it for going on to 5 years now. I got it with 60,000 miles on it, but right now it has like 114,000 because it was like my daily driver before I started modding it, and I drive it every day. What got me into cars was my dad. He will always like buy like these like beat up cars and always bring them back to life, like especially like Nissans. He had like a bunch of like Nissan like 95 Maximas. He had a Pathfinder. He had a Nissan Quest. Like he always like had like he was always like a Nissan guy, so that's what got me into Nissan. The exterior mods I have I used to have Nismos all around. They were staggered, but now I only have the 95s in the front, and I have weld Belmonts 17 by 10s with Mickey Thompson tires because the car is supercharged, it's boosted now, so you can't have traction with regular tires. I also have custom lights done by custom halos. They're done by Sarin. I have carbon fiber mirror caps, glossed out front grille, glossed out housing on the fog lights. And I think that's about it because I took mostly all the other carbon fiber pieces off. Oh, and I got a one more thing. I got a OEM trunk spoiler on the back. Those are pretty like hard to find. And I got the roof wrap gloss black, but that's like normal stuff. The suspension I'm running BC coilovers, just regular BC coilovers. That's it. It ain't nothing special. Just BC coilovers. I got them tuned. I got them the dampeners. I have them set. I think like a little bit hard in the front so that it doesn't bounce and shit, and a little bit soft in the back. So when the car launches, it kind of like, you know, it squats and whatever. Alright, so the performance mods I have is a Stillen supercharger. This is the V1 kit. I got this kit when they were making it with the Stillen manifold, but now Stillen doesn't Soho, not Stillen. Soho doesn't make this kit anymore. They make something called a light kit now where you use your stock manifold or whatever, because they said this one was like problematic because in order to change your spark plugs, you can get to it on this side, but you can't get to it on that side, and it heats up and whatever. But I like it because this manifold, it holds. The other one, it cracks. Like if you run your stock manifold, I feel like that shit's gonna crack under a certain amount of pressure. I also have a Soho oil catch can and reservoir. I have an upgraded TI blower from the standard SI blower that comes with the kit. I also have Mini Z his cock setup, so basically like less belt slippage. I have a fuel return system. I forgot what you call this joint, but I have fuel return. I have basically everything that needed to boost it. 1300cc injectors. I have twin pumps, all types of stuff. I have twin pumps, 1300cc injectors. Basically, I have everything. The car is pushing like high. I want to say the exact number, but it's like high sixes, 700, high sixes. They said it's like whatever the number was when I dynoed it. It feels way faster than that because you know the dyno, like the dyno doesn't really show like all the horsepower. Like sometimes it's actually more when you get on the street. So yeah, it feels way more than that. So my exhaust setup is I have PP long tube headers. I have Motordyne catback exhaust all the way back with 3-inch burnt tips. And that's about it. I used to have test pipes on it before, but the long tube headers give you a little more horsepower, so I got the PP headers. They're also wrapped. They're heat wrapped. My interior, nothing special basically. I just have a Sparkle QTR seat in there. That's about it. Ain't really nothing special. Oh, and what is that? A carbon fiber steering wheel. That's about it. Ain't really anything special about the interior. My favorite mod so far is the Supercharger. Like, it basically turned this car from like a family sedan into a killer. I be having BMWs pulling up next to me and be smoking them like it's nothing. They think shit is a game. It's really not. Well, I chose this platform because, I don't know, like for a while now, like when I was younger, well, my first car was a G35. So it was only right that I upgraded to a G37. I used to have a G35 Coupe, a 2007 fully loaded with everything. And then I sold that one because they had what was wrong with it? The rack and pinion was leaking. And at that time, I didn't really know about cars. So I thought like that was like a big deal. And I would have to change the engine and all that stuff. So I sold it. I regret that shit every day. So I bought this one and did everything I wanted to do to the G35 to it. The car has been real reliable. The only problem I ever had with this car, honestly, was because the guys that I took it to do the fuel, like the fuel system, these idiots had the fuel filter at the bottom turned backwards. So the car was running lean and then it cut power one time and it wasn't starting. And me and my boy couldn't figure out why it wasn't starting. And somehow we figured it out when we looked. The arrow that's pointing to front was actually pointing to the back, so it was starving the engine. Like, I'm surprised my motor didn't blow up. Like, thank God that didn't happen. How do I maintain the car? Basically, oil change. You just gotta, I think I change my oil like every 15,000 miles because the supercharger is not like the regular one, it's oil fed. It's like an oil fed turbo, so it has an oil line running to it. So you always gotta change the oil to make sure everything in there is clean and it's running properly, because you don't want nothing happening to that supercharger. That shit is mad expensive. What advice would I give to someone getting this car? Don't cheap out on anything. Like, always try to get the best parts, because you pay for what you get. You buy some cheap parts, some cheap test pipes, cheap exhaust, that shit ain't gonna do you no good, man. You wanna, if what they say, you gotta pay to play, you gotta pay to play. You gotta get everything the best. You always want the best for the car, so, because you want it running the best, so that's what I would say. Future plans, yeah, I got a built motor coming soon, so I'm gonna put the built motor in, tune it, try to get it to 800-900 horsepower, and then I'm done. And that should be about it. Get it to 800-900 horsepower, and that should be it. And then I could basically take on anyone, because these cars are like pretty fast from like a roll. So like roll racing, can't really stop these cars. Anything I would like to say, like I said before, anybody that's trying to boost their cars and like try to get into these things, just try to get the best stuff. The best headers, the best fuel system, the biggest injectors. Try to get the best fuel pump. Try to just get the best of everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want this shit blowing up on you and you gotta get a new engine and all that stuff. So that's what I would say. Yeah, shout out my boy Delano_95. You can follow him on YouTube, Instagram. Shout out to him for, you know what I'm saying, coming out and reviewing the car for me, you know. Follow him on Instagram, YouTube, Delano_95. Yeah.